Hello and good afternoon and welcome to THFC Till I Die, your home at Tottenham, past, present, and an exciting future under Ange Postecoglou. And Philip, how are you this afternoon?
Yeah, I'm all right. All right.
There is a reason why I've got that up, by the way. There is a reason.
What's
there
that?
Is a reason. There is a reason why I've got this song up. Because I wanted to play something special for Chelsea fans watching today. So just this is for you, lads. This is all for you. So let me bring this up now. Let me just play it as Philip sort of
Gary Neville's going to copyright that and make a fortune from it.
What do you reckon then? I think that is a perfect, absolutely. What do you reckon, Philip?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I watched some of the Chelsea fan reactions on YouTube this morning. They're hilarious altogether. Really are.
Oh dear.
It seems to be a God-given right to win that match yesterday, you know?
Yeah, hang on, let me
turned out the other way anyway.
I couldn't help but do that, Philip. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's all right. It's all right.
Anyway.
I'm just glad Pochettino didn't win his first trophy in England with that crowd.
Yeah, so was I. That's the only reason I was supporting Liverpool yesterday.
Yeah, same here. I didn't want him to get any joy, you know?
Yeah. Let's see who's in the chat. We've got big up to Ellie. Just a go, love Spurs. He says, big up, lads. Love to watch along yesterday. And the Grand Prix, I couldn't stay in very long as Nurse Ellie was needed. Right, well, we'll leave that there. Luke Chapman, my Northampton Town team, my Northampton Town team, my football club, Chinese man, owners out, protest. Ooh. Trouble at Northampton. We've got Wayne Bonner. Good afternoon, one and all. Hope you're well and having a great day. Has anyone seen the Chelsea fans? They appear to have gone missing.
Yeah, there's a mass exodus now. They're completely disappointed.
Has anyone seen Jason Cundy?
Oh,
Has
yeah,
anyone
absolutely.
seen Pochettino? Has anyone seen Todd Bowley? Has anyone seen the Chelsea players? Has anyone seen the Chelsea fans? You are a disgrace to the Premier League. A bunch of kids beat you. A bunch of inexperienced kids beat Chelsea at Wembley. Todd Bowley, what are you doing? I am laughing my ass off. There you go. I need the laughing emojis behind that. You couldn't do it right without the imagine.
Yeah. No, they what do you call it? It was Chelsea should have won that game. I mean, you know what the most mysterious thing about that is? They were on top at the end of 90 minutes. And you expected them to come out all guns blazing in the second half of extra time. But they literally come out playing for penalties.
Yeah.
They literally let Liverpool dominate extra time.
I want to know what Poch said at the end, between the end of full time and the start of extra time in the huddle. What did he say?
If Poch told them to play safe and go for penalties, then Poch should not be in the job this morning because they had that game. That game was there for the winning if they'd gone about it the right way.
To be fair, Philip, look, I thought Liverpool played quite well in that extra time.
They did. Liverpool were the dominant team in extra time, but after Chelsea being the dominant team in the second half of the normal time, you think that they would have kicked on in extra time, but they didn't.
Can I just say, Liverpool won it with a bunch of kids, inexperienced kids. Mm-hmm. Now the teams, we got the average age of the teams. Chelsea's was lower, but they won
experience. I mean, Chelsea multi-million-pound players. Not able to beat a crowd of academy players. You know, it's just. I can understand. I normally, damn it, you know me. I'd be giving out about Jurgen Klopp, but I can totally understand the elation they showed at the end of that game yesterday because that was some hell of a victory. It really was.
It was, and fair play to him.
Yeah, well done. I mean, give credit where it's due. Credit where it's due.
I never thought I'd hear today.
Next time. Yeah,
Philip Brady given it's because he's leaving. Philip's mellowing now because he's leaving at the end of the season.
No, I always liked the underdog, and I thought that Liverpool team, when they were down to playing kids, were the underdog in the game, and they were fair dues. They came out of it.
Yeah, Carl Simpson, member for 4 months. Big up, Carl. Thank you so much. What support. He says, sorry about last night, gents. The wife didn't go to bed till 10:30. What the F? Doesn't she know that is my time? Well, you know, we'll move on very quickly from that. But big up for 4 months. Anything you want to say to Carl from me, a member for 4 months, Philip?
Thanks for sticking with us, Carl. Really appreciate it and enjoy your input, and really do enjoy your input.
And he also says, hello, everyone in the chat. Stephen Cartwright, big up, sir. He says, poor old Poch.
Yeah, I know a bit.
Why are we feeling sorry for Poch? Glad he lost.
I'm not feeling sorry for him at all.
Big up Dermot and Philip, Peter M. Everyone in the chat, big up Peter. Cundy has the Chelsea fan hidden with him in the TalkSport offices. Yeah. Just one of them. Just one of them. We've got Peter M saying, great weekend for Spurs. We remain fifth without kicking the ball with 3 points over United, and Chelsea lose the League Cup. It was a good weekend, actually.
It was, But, I'm just thinking here, if Pochettino had gone to manage, say, even Manchester United, right, and they'd lost that game yesterday, I would have sympathy for him. But the fact that he went to Chelsea, who won't even start on them, kissed the badge.
Yeah.
Dead to me. Dead to most Spurs fans, I think. There'll probably be some that still think he's got to, still follow, hold the torch for him. But no, he made his bed. He can go and lie in it now.
I said it yesterday, Philip. I could not want him to win.
No,
would not. I couldn't.
No, same here.
And look, look. Some decisions I don't agree with that game, and Liverpool can be a bit over the top sometimes. But by God, did they deserve it yesterday? They really did. Wayne said, plus side, Everton got their points deducted, reduced. Yeah, we're going to talk about
that.
Philip's
just one last thing on the Carling Cup final. I think fair dues to Kevin Kelleher, the Liverpool goalkeeper, the lad from Cork. He's had his critics this season. He hasn't had a great season, but my God, he made up for it yesterday.
That one save he did when he saved with his arm and his feet. Then,
only for him. Chelsea would have won that match.
No, they would have done. Carl says, screw Everton. They're on my best friend's team and have enjoyed winding them up.
Well, Carl, the only thing about Everton is it could be 4 steps forward and 10 steps back shortly. It's the best way of putting it.
It is. Good afternoon, Dermot and Philip from Eltel Cockerell and all your lovelies in the chat. Eltel, we have to get you on. I'll have to get you. If you're in the Irish HOTSPUR group chat, I'll get your number for now because we did offer you to come on. We've got Ian S. Haven't seen you for a while. And where have you been hiding?
Good day.
He went, G'day. Ellie's saying, love that blue BPBJs.
What?
I know what that means. Sorry. I know what that means. I've got to look at my... it means that blue pound bottle jobs.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go. We'll just bring that up now and again. Do have the music as well. Peter Brem,
when we play Chelsea, every time we score, that comes up on the screen.
Yeah, it will be. Going to Chelsea is only one step below going to Arsenal. I can't wait to go to North London Derby. I am so looking forward to that, Philip. I hopefully we'll go into the Burnley game because I wonder. Have you seen the underground for the F1 go-karting underneath?
Yeah, I saw that.
They have proper. I've seen it on Twitter yesterday. They have proper driving rigs down there, linked to an Xbox or a PlayStation.
Oh boy!
Seriously, I have just to go just for that alone. Just for that alone, gonna get Dave in there. Dead to me also. Only one club on the entire globe, and that was worse to join. Could have gone anywhere else, and that's the point we made, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If he went anywhere else, Newcastle, Man United, Liverpool, I wouldn't have minded. But he went there. Why?
Yeah.
Was he that desperate? Did he really want to stick 2 fingers up to leave and say, well, you didn't offer me the job, so I'm going to go to the worst club that nobody likes?
I think he thought Levy was going to ring him and ask him to come back to Spurs. I mean, he didn't do that. He took the consolation prize.
Yeah, that's true. Ian says family issues done, but kind of sorted out. Well, I hope everything's okay with you, sir. And if you need anything, me and Philip are always here for you. We're on. You know, you can find us. So just hit us an email or WhatsApp, and we will help. Carl Simpson, Poch can do one. Finish with him. Going to Chelsea has tarnished it all. Also, all those Chelsea fans can't keep Spurs out of their mouth. Spurs this Poch, his Spursy. Spurs.
Yeah, right. No, we're living rent free. Spurs live rent free in Chelsea fans' head. Every game you go to, the players, we stand up if you hate Tottenham. I mean, what's that got to do when they're playing Doncaster Rovers? You know, I mean, it's crazy.
Well, we say when we're playing stand up if you hate Arsenal Philip.
Yeah, but Arsenal are a natural geographical opponents. Chelsea are the other side of London. They're not even close. Anyway.
But if you look at the Chelsea fans on TalkSport last night, a lot of them wanting Poch out last night.
Yeah.
One of them gone.
Yeah.
Some fella said he's made Chelsea the new Spurs.
Agent Poch, my job here is done.
I still can't stand them. No one's seen them, but Chelsea will be sponsored by Pampers, Kindergarten, and Baby Food.
That's right.
Big up, Ellie. Peter M. Even West Ham would be better for Poch than Chelsea. Yeah, exactly. And Ian says, thanks, Stu. Now, Philip, we might as well start with, where do we start, sir? Where do we start? We're going to start with the Premier League review. It's been a mental week of the Premier League, to be fair. A lot of crazy games. Not even playing, but the Premier League was crazy. So here we go. This is the results on match day 26. We've got Villa 4, Forest 2, Brighton, Everton sharing points. Palace getting their first win under their new manager, Philip, home to Burnley, which I saw that game in the match of the day. And Palace deserved 3 points for what I saw. United, I'm going to talk a bit about Man United to you, and Fulham 2-1. Man City just about beating Bournemouth. Bournemouth deserved an equaliser. They pummeled. That's how they never equalised against Man City. I still don't know. And of course, you did the watch along, of course, to Arsenal, Newcastle. Philip, where do you want to start with the match day 26 Premier League?
Well, okay, the Villa, I suppose, we'll deal with the matches that concern Tottenham. Villa keep on winning at home. Okay, they've lost a few at home. Forest gave them a good game, all right. 4-2, but a very exciting match. We're going there now the week after next, which is really becoming, if we want to qualify for the Champions League, it's a must-win game.
It is, yeah.
If we lose that, I think we can say, right, well, Europe is our goal, 5th place or 6th.
Yeah.
We're not going to get 4th. Win at Villa, everything's possible. The Man United, Fulham, I mean, that, Paul Merson, and you know me, I don't often agree with Paul Merson, but Paul Merson reckon Fulham were absolutely all over United like a rash for most of that game.
There were. I watched it.
Match of the day. I saw match of the day on it. Yeah. And Fulham. I'll tell you one thing. Onana is the most enigmatic goalkeeper I think I've ever seen. He makes a brilliant save, and then watches the winning goal go past and doesn't even move for it.
We had that game on Premier Sports, Philip, and after we did the rugby, me and Colin did the watch along to the Fulham Man United game. And when that Fulham scored their winner, I thought they missed it. I thought it went wide.
Yeah.
And it was only when I saw them celebrating, said, did that go in? Apparently, you hit the camera behind the goal and bounced straight out again. So that's what made it illusion look like it hadn't gone in.
It was definitely a good goal, actually. Man, Iwobi did very well to score it, you know.
I tell you who set that up. That fella from Wolves, who we were in for.
Oh, Alex Traore. Yeah. He completely skinned the United defence.
He did.
Yeah.
He's quick for a big man.
He's very quick. He's a bit of a headless chicken, though. His end product isn't always good. But I'll tell you one thing, he scares the life out of defenders the way he runs at them. You know, he's very, very fast.
You look at United now, Philip, and you look at Jim Ratcliffe taking them over. Look, we had the thing about the taxpayer, and apparently now he was only skirting with the idea, which...
That's good.
Yeah, I don't believe that 1 second. Billionaires will not want to spend their millions unless they can get help. Do you know, if they can find a way of somebody else paying for it, they will do it.
That's why they're billionaires.
Where are United now, Philip, within this season?
Struggling. I mean, they've won a few matches on the trot, but they've won them. Yeah. They were handed a couple of matches rather than winning them. They're not convincing. Their squad morale looks to be very bad. Rashford looked like he couldn't give a toss again on Saturday.
Rashford, for me, he needs to go.
Good result for Spurs, because if you know you had won that game, they'd be level on points with albeit worse goal difference. So now we've got that little bit of leeway on a game in hand as well. So that we should be able to take advantage of that.
Ten Hag out by the end of the season, do you think?
I can't see him staying. I don't think he's a manager for United. I really don't. There's going to be a huge, what I can see, there's going to be a huge shift in management positions this summer. You've got Klopp leaving Liverpool. You're going to have Ten Hag leaving United. I'd say Pochettino will leave Chelsea. Eddie Howe, I'd say, will leave Newcastle.
Yeah.
it's going to be a whole merry-go-round going. And just mentioning Newcastle, I watched the Arsenal Newcastle game. Now, in all fairness, like I have to admit this, Arsenal were very good.
Yeah, they were. I saw them on Match of the Day, Philip, and they looked good, I have to say.
They got at Newcastle from the first minute. They never let them settle. And Newcastle, I'm afraid, they're a shadow of what I thought they'd be this season. I thought they were going to be the team this season, but no. They were very, very poor. Defensively, they were awful.
Yeah, you and me disagreed on that at the start of the season. I thought Newcastle wouldn't be there, and you thought they would be there and thereabouts. So
I thought they would because the Saudi money and everything, and the fact that the good manager, Eddie Howe is a good manager. But I don't know what's happened to them. I just do not know what's happened to them.
So Simon Jordan said, Philip, and one of his things with Jim White, he said that Eddie Howe is a gatekeeper for somebody to come in to take Newcastle to the next level. And a lot of people have criticised him for that remark, but I think he's right on that.
He's quite right. He's been proven right. He's taken half a season, but he's proven right. Like Newcastle are so far off the pace now. After qualifying for the Champions League last season, okay, maybe the Champions League campaign affected them. They weren't used to it, and they weren't able to cope with the extra games and the quality of the opponent. But now that they are struggling, I mean, Arsenal could have had far more than 4. They really could have, you know. I know I had to. I'll give credit where it's due. I didn't like crediting Arsenal, but you had to admire the way they play.
Yeah,
and
I mean, you look at Man City scraping a win against Bournemouth.
They've 10 matches on the trot now. They've won, but they're scraping a lot. Okay, they might have drawn one. They're scraping a lot of games, but they're still winning, and that's the thing. And I still think Man City will come good, and they will win the league. With Liverpool's injuries now, Dermot, they're not going to. The Liverpool
after yesterday, Philip. I'm sorry, I do not
agree
with you.
With Dermot, the kids won't. They'll get away with it against Chelsea. They will not get away with it against a lot of first division.
I'm sorry, Philip. I totally disagree with you on that.
So you think 17-year-olds are going to win the league title for Liverpool?
Yeah.
No, sorry,
they've got
Dermot.
no fear.
No. Doesn't matter. They'll be found out. They'll be found out. They got away with it yesterday. I guarantee you, they will not get away with it playing the likes of Man City or Arsenal. They'll be absolutely hammered. No offense, they did great yesterday, but until they get Salah back, until they get Nunes back, they get all those players back, Liverpool are going to struggle, and Man City will take advantage of that.
I don't agree with you, Philip, on that.
Well, okay, we'll see who's right. We'll see who's right.
Look, I'm sticking to my guns that Liverpool will win the league. You're sticking to your guns. Man City's going to win the league. But you look at yesterday, the kids went out there with no fear. They could have froze on that pitch at Wembley. It's the biggest game of their career. It's the biggest game of their young footballing lives. And they're playing against an experienced Chelsea side, and none of them froze. Went on there with the enthusiasm, with the joy, with no fear in them, no nothing. It's like a Sunday kickabout. They couldn't care less if it was Wembley or in front of millions of people. And whatever Jurgen Klopp said to these young players before they went on, it's the famous words, go on, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
If you tell a player to enjoy themselves, they will then bring out the quality which they showed. And Fergie did it, and Fergie did it with kids, and everyone back then said you can't win the league with kids.
You can't. Not anymore. You can't anymore, Dermot. You will not do it anymore. No, you can't. I'm telling you, I'm right. I'm going to be right on this. Look at it this way. Yesterday was a one-hit wonder. It was a no-win, a no-lose situation. If they lost, if they'd lost, oh God, great performance, but you're so unlucky, having so many players injured. They won. That's a big bonus to them. Now I don't know who the league game is against, but their next league game against say it's Manchester United or City or Arsenal or anybody like that, they're going to watch those kids, and they will not get away with it a second time.
Yeah, well,
they won't get away with it a second time.
Look, Philip, I think they will, and that's all about football, isn't it? It's the joy of watching football. You said at the start on Liverpool to win the league, right? Okay, that's with a full-strength team. How can you say they're going to win the league now with 7 players missing? It just doesn't add up. Philip, it's how I see it. I see it completely different from you.
Yeah, well, I'm looking on a purely scientific basis, where experience wins leagues.
Not necessarily, Philip.
Well, it does, Dermot. It does really. It does really. Do you think if Spurs had more experience in 2016, we would have beaten Leicester? We didn't have that experience. They got lucky.
Yeah, but Leicester didn't have that experience either.
But they got lucky. It's all about season, I think every team in the country wanted Leicester to win, and half of them they put an extra gear on when they're playing Spurs.
But it's like I still think they can do it, because yesterday proved the point to me that if you're good enough, you're old enough. And that it's an old adage.
Lack of experience in the cup games are fine. They're one-off. They're hit and miss.
Philip, you cannot tell me, right? Hang on a minute.
38 games is what the league's won over them, and not a couple of games.
Tell me, Philip, going the first time playing at Wembley, in front of millions and millions of people, in front of probably 80,000 at Wembley, millions of people. You've never played in front of the TV crowd before, in front of TV before. You're going on to one of the biggest finals in the English football calendar, and you're telling me that it was only a walk in the park yesterday.
No, I'm not saying it was a walk in the park. What I'm saying is this: you either freeze or you don't in a game like that. They didn't yesterday. They played very well. Fair dues to them, right? They could have easily frozen, but they didn't.
Yeah. So what stops them freezing again? What stops?
Yeah, but you have 14 more matches to go. Oh, come on, Dermot. If they're putting that under 21
Philip,
team,
I'm sorry. I'm not going to. No, come on, Dermot. No.
It's an under 21 team. You're saying is going to win the league. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
It's my opinion. So you can shoot me down all you want.
Your opinion, but I could say it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not a case of I'm right and you're wrong, but
it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Philip, we have to wait and see at the end of the season.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will.
You look at Man City. You look at Man City, and this attitude of, oh, I'm going to be right. That's fair enough. But you look at Man City. You look at Haaland. Haaland's not a great footballer. He played awful on Saturday. Man City got lucky. If Bournemouth had better players to take their chances, they would have drawn against Man City.
Look at the history of City over the last few seasons, Dermot. This is the time. From now on is when City show their strength. They start blowing teams away from now on.
There's something there, and I've said it from the start of the season. They haven't got the hunger, Philip. All they want to do is win the Champions League again. They don't care about the rest of the league or the FA Cup.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. Sorry, I don't agree with you. Every team wants to win the league. If you're top of the league, I don't care about this. Why should I bother? We're top of the league. Why should we bother?
Man City.
Man City will come good. Unless Liverpool get their players back, Man City will win the league. If Liverpool get all their players back, maybe it's going to be a very close run thing. But can you honestly see 16 and 17-year-old, 18-year-olds gaining more points than Manchester City for the rest of the season? I can't.
Look, I don't think Man City, this all concrete why we should be afraid of Man City.
I'm not saying they're afraid of that. I never said anyone was afraid of them. But they get strong this time of the season.
You're making Man City out to be this all conquering, all machine that.
Okay, Devin, leave it at that. Right, we're supposed to be talking about Tottenham. Let's leave it at that. We'll see who's right at the end of the season. Okay.
The point I was trying to make, Philip, and I'm going to make my point is.
Well, it's not going to make my point. We're talking too long about other clubs.
Yeah, but no, Philip, I'm making my point. I'm not going to be told not. I'm going to make my point, and I want to make it. You look back at the Ferguson United when they won the treble.
25 years ago.
But hang on, Philip. Look, Philip. It's all right. Let me make my point, Philip, please. United went out and won the league next season and dominated that league to prove the point that they were good enough. They won the treble the year before. They went out and won the league. I said it at the start of the season, Man City, to be compared to that Man United treble side, they will have to go out the next season and dominate the league. They haven't dominated the league. Pep's already come out and said that his preference this year, and the Man City have come out and said it, they want to retain the Champions League. There's a bigger prestige of retaining the Champions League. The Champions League, in their eyes, is bigger than the Premier League. Not to you or me or Man United or whatever clubs, but to Man City, they think the Champions League is more prestige to win that. They want to retain that competition.
Well, maybe they know they're not going to be in the Premiership next season. Might as well not bother. Maybe they're going to be relegated.
Yeah,
but I still think they're going to win it, Dermot. I still think they're going to win it.
The thing you've got to any teams that you've seen enough football over the years, Philip, to see teams that have been dominant. That Liverpool, the dominance of the 70s and 80s, the bread and butter was the league. You know that as well as I do. Your 3 points on the Saturday is your bread and butter. Everything else you win is a bonus. Man City this year think they're good enough just to walk and win the Premier League, but their main preference this year is to win the Champions League, to retain that Champions League
they've
trophy.
won 11 matches on the trot. Do you not take that into consideration?
I've just not been impressed with Man City this year.
It doesn't matter if they're playing well or whether they want to win the league or not. They're winning matches. And that's all that counts. If they keep winning matches, they'll win the league. They keep winning matches.
At the top of the league.
There will be shortly. Yeah, there will be shortly. If Liverpool play an inexperienced team at the weekend, City will catch them. And once City catch them, they won't be caught.
No, I don't.
Purely because of the experience in their team and they're not playing the kids.
I'd love to know what the chat think, actually. Agree with you or agree with me. I think mostly going to agree with you, to be fair, but I'm sticking to my guns.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to. But I mean, don't diss my opinion just because I've been Man City from the very start, and I will continue to be so till the very end of the season. Because they're the best team in the league. No problem.
They're not the best team anyway.
Player-wise, they are. Come on, Dermot, they are. Give them some credit. Give them some credit.
Man City, for me, have not. I'm not the only one that says it. There's been something missing of them this season, Philip.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but they still keep winning matches. If they went on a run of 5 matches losing on the trot, yeah, fair enough. They're grinding out results. They're grinding them out. They're not blowing teams away like they did last season. They're grinding out the results, and you only get 3 points out, regardless whether you blow them away or grind it out.
But Bournemouth should have equalised. You know that as well as I do. Bournemouth had 3 or 4 guilty. I know, but they should have. Wolves against Sheffield United, Philip. You said Wolves were awful. I think you said before.
I didn't see it, but I was told Wolves were awful in the second half. It was, not a good game.
No, and look, Sheffield United are going down anyway.
They're going down. Like, the thing is that if the points deductions come through for Forest and Everton, there's only one more space to go, and it's between Burnley and Sheffield United.
I think Luton will stay up, myself personally.
Well, the 7 points, they've got a buffer of 7 points at the minute.
Well, they're in the bottom 3 at the moment, Philip.
But there won't be. They won't be if the points deductions come in.
Exactly, yeah. And then, of course, we've got the League Cup final 1-0. Forget about the match, Philip, but just as a spectacle. And Van Dijk getting the winner. Do you think Van Dijk will be there next season? Do you think he'll leave in the summer as well?
I think he'll probably stay. I think he'll need to stay because Klopp leaving is going to mean there's a real sea change in Liverpool next season. They'll need their experienced players to stay. I think Salah will be gone, but I think Van Dijk will probably stay.
And look, if you look at it that way, Philip, somebody said to me, you did some looking into this about the asthma allegation.
The asthma allegation has been kicking about for a couple of years.
And I didn't know nothing about it until yesterday.
No, I looked it up now. Apparently, this is last year. The average of 60% of the Liverpool squad have asthmatic symptoms, right? Now, the national average for asthma is 12% of the population.
Yeah.
Right? There is an allegation, I'm saying purely an allegation made, that if you're an asthmatic, you're entitled to take certain medication, right? Which while it deals with the asthma, it also allegedly brings performance-inducing drugs into your system. And that is what's being investigated, we feel, or we rumor it's to be investigated. Yeah. It has been put down as one of the reasons why Klopp is leaving, because he knows this is coming down the track. I don't know how true that is, but it is absolutely definitely on record that the percentage of the asthmatic sufferers is 5 times the national average. So there you go.
I knew nothing about it until yesterday. Bobby said it to me, and I was quite.
I've researched it since then, and it is there. It's in the public record, and allegedly something's happening in the summer about it. So we'll see.
Yeah. Tonight we've got West Ham London derby against Brentford, Philip, 8:00 at the London Stadium.
Oh, good.
What are you expecting tonight? Brentford win, West Ham draw.
I'm expecting to fall asleep during this. I think if West Ham don't win tonight, David Moyes has to go. I fancy Brentford tonight. West Ham are playing terribly at the moment.
Yeah. Now, Philip, FA Cup. Where is it? Where's my FA Cups? There we go. We've got the FA Cup preview. It is the 5th round this week, Philip. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Coventry versus Maidstone. Jeez.
Now, this is the first one, Philip. Coventry, Maidstone. Where are you with this one?
Well, you'd love to see Maidstone win it.
Yeah,
you know,
you would.
I still haven't forgiven Coventry for the 1987 Cup final, so I never want them to win the match. So,
God, you do hold a grudge.
I do grow on that particular game. I do, absolutely. No, like, I mean, you can't see anything but a Coventry win. But wouldn't it be great if Maidstone pulled off a shock?
Yeah, it would. It would. I would love Maidstone to win, but I think Coventry will win that one, Philip.
Yeah, I think
we'll go through here. We'll just go through some of the chat because the chat is building up, Philip, before we get back. Even West Ham would. Oh, we've done that one. Thanks, dude. Peter M. We've done that one.
Yeah, I watched some of the channels this morning.
Big up Daniel Sandoval. He says, big up One Love. Newcastle are so done. They are. Peter Graham, United can still overtake us if we let them. We have to be consistently good to the end of the season.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we win the game in hand, we're 6 points ahead with a better goal difference. It's effectively 7 points. So, you know, let's keep that.
You know the song by the Supremes, Baby Love. I bet clubs got that on repeat and dancing with the kids around it. Yeah. Big up to Niall Kane. Big up Niall. Hope you're doing well, sir. We've got Carl. Bring up Newcastle starting lineup. The whole midfield and attackers were a shambles with injuries, and they have nothing.
Yeah,
that's true. I thought Newcastle were very bad when I saw it.
Terrible. They were terrible.
I thought they were dreadful.
They had about a 10-minute spell when they scored. It looked semi-okay, but the rest of the time they were completely.
Simon Jordan's a bit like my mate. You either love him or hate him. Personally, I love I do too. What to say? And Philip, you don't like him a little bit.
I don't really. Listen, I've mellowed a bit to him. He's come out with a few things I've agreed with him lately. I just don't listen to a lot of what he says because I don't listen to TalkSport much at all because it annoys me. The likes of Jason Cundy, I really get up my nose. You know.
Well, they're look, Arsenal in the invincible year scraped every game that year.
It used to be 1-0 to the Arsenal. Remember?
Yeah. Out of the three options, including Scum, I prefer City to win the league.
Yeah.
See, I don't like Man City. I think Man City.
I don't like them. I don't like them at all. I think they're a scum of a club. But being purely realistic, they're still going to win the league.
Yeah, I think I was agreeing with you. Liverpool main players are out. Liverpool won't win the league. No way. You could say the same about Arsenal, and they're amazing, but won't win the league.
Yeah.
I've got my own reasons why, and I will explain it. We're going to do a show on this. Can you win? Can you do well with kids? Me and Philip, this is going to be the debate, and we are going to do a proper debate in this with facts. And Philip's going to bring his reasons why. I'm going to bring my reasons why. And we're going to have somebody in the middle refereeing it, like we did with the Højbjerg thing. And we're going to do it that way, Philip, like we did with and we're going to put it into a poll into the chat. Who's right, you or me? And we do it that way. And I think that's the fairest way of doing
it. The case from my side of it is, we won't win the league with kids because Anish hasn't played any.
No. But I mean, can you win the league? Can you do well with kids?
I agree. No, you can't. You can't. Yeah, anyway, go on. Carry on.
Liverpool are at Forest next. That's where they are on Saturday.
Well, I tell you, that's not a bad game to be gone out after because if it was someone like Villa or Wolves, even to be tougher on them than Forest. Anyway.
I don't get Man City. They have been playing quite poorly, and they have been actually.
But still grinding it out.
Yeah, that's true. We finished third in the 2-horse race. The lack of experience cost us to buckle. Liverpool kids, yes, they had no pressure. See, there was pressure. You're going on to
it's a one-off game, and no one expected to win, no doubt. You know?
That's not it.
It's true. It's a one-off. It was a one-off game. Right. It was a hit for them, and they actually did very well.
It's all right you're saying that, Philip, but they're going on at 0-0. If one of them makes a mistake, Chelsea win the League Cup and go into Europe.
Yeah, and no one would have said anything bad about Liverpool because
it's a major trophy.
The kids did very well. But they were so unlucky to lose. If they'd lost the game, it was a win-win situation for Liverpool. They got the sympathy. If they'd have lost, they would have got the sympathy vote by having to play all the kids.
Liverpool kids yesterday, as soon as you saw the kids play out, 90% of the team thought Chelsea. Michael's saying, my thing, if you're good enough, you're old enough. Some youngsters have no fear in those situations, which is true for them. Mm-hmm. They have no. Ryan Giggs, when he started making his debut at 17, had no fear going on there. Mm-hmm. Kids just don't have no fear. I was very impressed with the young Liverpool lads. As for Leicester, Peter M, big up Ellie. As for Peter M, so that's for Leicester. It's not true they lacked experience. They were a very experienced team of journeyman players like Koth, Vardy, Schmeichel, and Morgan, and also the manager as well. Carl Simpson, Liverpool with kids won't win the league. that is my opinion. Liverpool need those players back fast. But if they are that great, surely that means that Saha, etc., when they come back, won't be starters. We'll see what happens. Michael says, I agree with Mia always. Didn't see Mia in the chat, but yeah, Column's agreeing with you as well, by the way. Nobody's agreeing with me, and I don't care. I don't care. I have experience, but my legs have gone. The youngsters have got the legs and the one game experience. They can do it. They can do it. The jury's out. I'm siding on Philip's side. More experience conquers. Yeah, that's fair enough. The final was quite a good game for me. It was a good final.
It was a good game, yeah.
It was enjoyable. And Peter says the Asthma thing sounds like another conspiracy theory.
Well, it's on quite a few different websites and different publications of carry. Just put in to Google Liverpool team asthma, and it'll come up and you'll see what's there. You know.
Yeah. Brentford, my favourites for tonight. I think you, me, Philip.
I think Brentford will win that one.
Yeah, I do. I think football in the English Premier League has moved on since the Hansen comments. No young team like Man United will win the league. I disagree with that. Like these days, far too much talent and experience in too many teams. Philip, look, if you had a team, mostly the youngsters, but one or two experienced players in there, and an experienced manager that's done it all, would you then sort of say they could win the league if you were to have a few experience and an experienced manager, but younger players that have no fear? No. Or do you still on the thing they wouldn't win?
You can have one or two young players in the team, maybe three maximum, but you're going to need experience in the other positions. There's no way you're going to win the league with 8 youngsters and 3 experienced players. It's just not going to happen. Never has happened and will never happen. So you might I say get 3 youngsters in maybe at the most. Then maybe one defense, one midfield, and one attack. You couldn't put 4 youngsters in the back 4. That would not work.
I wasn't saying that, Philip. But
I'm just saying you're saying bringing mostly kids into the team.
Yeah,
that wouldn't win the league. No way.
No, but
if it did, it'd be a miracle.
When United did it, they had experienced players, but the 7 or 8 youngsters came in. But they had lead experience, Philip, before they become proper starters.
Yeah,
I'm not saying bringing out the under 21s and bring them in. You've got to give them some Premier League experience. And some of these Liverpool kids have got Premier League experience, so the Premier League doesn't fear them. It's all about for me, Philip, going out into playing a game of football. It's all about you being confident in your own ability and not fearing your opponent. The biggest thing of people winning in any sport is fear.
Yeah, but you go out, Germany. You put a say Jamie Donnelly. Use him for example, right? You bring him in against a wily old centre half in the Premiership, right? The first 2 minutes into the match, that guy's going to go into Jamie. They're going to give him a haymaker. Right, lad. This is what you can expect for the rest of the match. This is where the experienced hand will always win out on the younger player purely because of experience. And that's why you can't put too many youngsters. You get away with putting a few in, but not a whole carte blanche of a young team.
We'll go through it. Come on, Maidstone. I think we all want Maidstone to win tonight. Philip more than ever. He's got the Maidstone flag on top of his house. He wants Coventry to go out the FA Cup. I've never known a man to hold a grudge for an FA Cup final.
I just can't even think of that day anymore. That's just.
Do you know what? I might even do that as a watch along.
Well, you can do it on your own. I'm not going to be anywhere near it.
What is against you that day? Seriously though, what does that look? We know it's our first Wembley final defeat for that, but what one thing on that day really bugs you?
Well, it was a fucking a disaster from start to finish. We couldn't even get the kit right. We had Clive Allen, who scored 49 goals that season, right?
Yeah.
48 scores in the first few minutes. Here we go, easy game. They sat back, thought this is easy. It wasn't. It's the one Spurs game, right? If I ever see it coming on TV or I walk out of the room, I will not watch it. I have not watched it since that day and never will watch it because it ruined my life for about a month after that.
Dermot, you have a point too. See, Ellie agrees with us. Ellie's been diplomatic. Bless her. If Liverpool kids pull it off, call blimey, I think Klopp will be booked for an Oscar, Grammy, and a BAFTA. I still think they're going to win the league. I don't like Simon Jordan as a person, but I enjoy his comments on football. Same as Peter Ram. I actually believe if you play our youth against Liverpool youth, ours would win, in my opinion. I think they would too. Clubs kids win it. Well, he's a Man United fan, so what does he know? Seriously, what do you know? You're a Man United fan.
I'm just going to get
Clubs kids win it. What a load of rubbish.
Stop me coughing here.
Yeah, you're grand. Big up, Colin. I'm here. What have I done? Nothing, Mia. Apparently somebody used Martin McDonald agree with you. But there you go. Mia, sort these two out. I've never seen them argue before. It's not an argument, it's a debate. We've got Michael McDonald. Mia's just laughing. Mia, if you want to come on, let me know and I'll send you a link. Michael, they will say it's a healthy debate. It is a healthy debate. A heated debate, as Mrs. Merton used to say. That's so true. I don't like Simon Jordan, but he makes me laugh. But I do find him quite pompous too. He is. But I agree with what he says. I would refuse to watch that East sign as well. Ian and Philip are in the same boat there. It's not arguing; it's a debate. No, it's a debate to me. Philip's just gonna whack me over the head with his club after the stream like a caveman.
How'd you guess?
Yeah, I've already got 2 big bumps here and here. I'm waiting for the third one. Going for the hat trick.
Going to match it up now for you.
Yeah. You're very kind. Thank you so much. You're very sensitive to my humps in my head. Thank you. And the two of them are masters at debating. I wouldn't say we're masters at it, are we, Philip?
No, I think there's a bit of a pun in that one.
I think there is a bit of a pun.
Not even go there.
Anyway, here we go. Here's this Man United fan with facts.
Yeah, well, he's actually right. The Chelsea team was younger.
We all know he's right, but it has to take a Man United fan to come in, Philip, and just speak facts. You couldn't even beat Fulham. Let that sink in. You couldn't beat Fulham, who haven't won there since 2003. There you go. Anyway, the average, that's true. We do have that down in the banners, don't we? We are going to bring that up, Philip. We do actually down. We did talk about that before, actually. Yes, Colin, facts. The conclusion is Chelsea are shy. End of. Yeah, exactly. We can all agree on that. Exactly, says Carl. Well spotted, Phil. Don't know what you spotted, but well spotted.
Oh, I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah. Don't ruin my don't ruin my youthful thoughts, Philip. Don't do that. I'm quite happy in my own little world. The experienced players step up even more, and I saw Van Dijk screaming to get them organised. So what a lesson they have learned. Wow, yeah, and that's the point I'm making, Philip. You got experienced players in there that can organise a team and organise the players, and the players then will run through a brick for the wall for their manager. I don't care who you are. You got 11 players going out there, Philip, experienced and probably less experienced, but will run through a brick wall for their manager. Nothing can stop them.
You need a majority of experience there. Like, it doesn't matter how much they love their manager. 11 young kids are not going to win a cup final,
Look, I think you're picking me up a little bit wrong when I say
no. I'm going to say I don't mind mixing a mixture of youth and experience, but the experience has to be the dominant force. 2 or 3 at most young players.
That's my point I was trying to make. If you have 3 or 4 experienced players in there, and then the rest of them as young kids who have some Premier League experience, it's been done before, Philip, and will be done again.
I know you earlier in the season you wanted Phillips and Dorrington to play centre back with Spurs, and we had no centre backs, and I was totally against it. I was totally against it. I'd take one of them alongside an experienced centre back. And putting the 2 of them in the one match tournament would have been a recipe for disaster.
You know what, Philip? I would stand by that even now. I stand by that. I'm not backing down for that. I stand by that. Some would say it's quite fun, Dermo. Yeah, I suppose it is quite fun. And then Colin says, I said I need say nothing. No, well. Yeah, we're there. Neil Shafton says, spot a dick, Dermot. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, Philip, let's go back to the FA Cup. So we've done your favourite team, Coventry, against Maidstone. Of course, it is a 7:45 kickoff, and you can see it on Premier Sports, ITV4 and ITVX tonight, Philip. Now, tomorrow, there's a few belters here. We've got Bournemouth against Leicester, Philip, Blackburn against Newcastle, Luton against Man City. I'm going for Bournemouth, Newcastle. I'm going for Luton because it's the FA Cup and shocks do happen. But that's my three. Who are you going for?
I'm going for Leicester, Blackburn, and Man City.
Do you really think Blackburn could beat Newcastle?
Well, from what I saw of Newcastle the other night, yes.
And Bournemouth and Leicester? Yeah, Leicester.
Leicester played Leeds off the park the other night. Had a perfectly good goal. Just allowed. Excuse me. With this bit of coughing today. A perfectly good goal disallowed by Craig Pawson. They missed two complete sitters, 1-on-1 with a goalkeeper, and didn't even hit target on either of them. Then Leeds came along after being completely outplayed, scored 3 goals in the last 20 minutes. That was it.
Yeah.
Leicester are a very, very good team.
Yeah, they are. I have to say they are, Philip. Then we're going to Wednesday night, the last of the FA Cup games. We've got Wolves against Brighton, Liverpool against Southampton, Chelsea against Leeds. Now, I'm going for Brighton, Liverpool, and I'm going for Leeds. That's a repeat of the 1970 FA Cup final, which Chelsea won in the replay at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Now, it sort of asked one of my questions, Philip, starting that one. If Chelsea get knocked out of the FA Cup, could Poch lose his job? Because there's no chance of them qualifying for Europe. They're out of all the main competitions. Will Bowley say, right, I'm now going to bite the bullet?
Very possible. Although I don't think can they afford the second, but anyway. Yeah, well, I'll come back to that game in a sec. My 3 on that one will be Brighton. Yeah. I think Liverpool will just about have enough for Southampton, even though it'll be the bounce from the cup final will get them through that. And I think Leeds will beat Chelsea. Because even though they were outplayed by Leicester the other night, Leeds have won 9 games on the trot now in all competitions. And when they get going, they're a good team. Chelsea will be down the dumps on Wednesday, so I have a feeling that could be a shock.
Yeah. And also, then it's a repeat.
Pressure on Poch then.
Yeah. And also, Philip, there's a repeat of the 1990 FA Cup third round tie, Man United against Forest. That game kept Fergie in the job, and the rest is history.
Yeah. Well,
could it be similar for Ten Hag?
Again, I don't see Ten Hag being sacked before the end of the season either.
No.
I think he'll stick it out. Again, it's a case of who's available to take over now. This stage of the season is nobody.
Well, no, I agree. But do you feel this is Ten Hag's last chance to actually,
It's one of his last chances.
Yeah.
I won't say it's his final chance. This is one of his last chances.
No. So, look, we had a little thing, didn't we, Philip, about Chelsea and losing cup finals. And we found this little thing. Now, I will bring it up here because I have got it in the think, where is it now? Where have I put it now? Here we go. Chelsea become the first ever English side in football history to lose 6 consecutive domestic cup finals.
Yeah. Although, you have to temper that with the fact, stick in the middle there, they did win the Champions League. So, it does make it look a little bit better than what that does. But to lose 6 on the trot at home is pretty tough now, I have to say. I'd hate if that was our record now, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, they've, what is it, three EFL League Cups and 2. I mean, they lost 2 finals.
3 of each.
Yeah, they lost 2 finals in the same season. The League Cup and the FA Cup.
Yeah.
When Liverpool,
no, fairness, fair dues to them for getting there. You've got to give them some credit for that. But they just did not perform yesterday at all.
No. Now, VAR, Philip, let me go back. VAR now. I disagreed with Bobby yesterday, and I think you and me agree with it. That is a red card all day long. So Gary Neville explained, we can hear VAR official explaining the on-field referee. The on-field referee has asked what's happening. He's explaining it to him. Carragher's also commentary agreed with Neville. It wasn't enough for a sending off. I don't agree with that, Philip. That your man's out for 6 months. That was the sending off, wasn't it?
It was absolutely. Just Neil's have to send me a photograph. I have to show it to you. This is the Liverpool team celebrating yesterday.
I can't see. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a classic, Neil. Thanks for that.
But, do you know what? One of the lads went back to school today, and the whole school.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw that. And there he is. He looked really embarrassed. Yeah. He looked really sort of, I don't want this attention.
Yeah.
And do you know, he didn't get on. He was 16, didn't come off the bench, but walked off with a winner's medal.
Jesus, at 16, he's more medals than Harry Kane has. Oh, my God. Makes you think, doesn't it?
It does. Now, back to this, Philip.
Yeah.
Why was that not? Right, you're the referee, and you haven't given that as a yellow card. What would your reason be?
No reason. There's absolutely no reason why that should not have been. That should have been a yellow card, right? Then VAR should have interjected and say, upgrading that to a red, checking. And I would have sent him straight off.
Now, VAR said he slipped.
Yeah,
I can't see the slip there.
Even if he did. No, he didn't slip. It's VAR bottling it again. They bottled it on Saturday with Harry Maguire, and they bottled it again yesterday. 2 mistakes. Both players should have got red cards.
And they were both the same tackles.
Yeah, that's right.
Both exactly the same tackles.
Now, Christian Romero does that tackle. He's on his way to the dressing room before the referee has the red card out of his pocket. But other players get away with it.
Yeah, excuse. We've got Colin Kelleher, Harvey Elliott, Conor Bradley were named in the starting 11, while the inexperienced quadruple Bobby Clark, I think he was 19. Jayden Danns, he's 18. Bobby Clark, Jayden Danns, Gerald Quashar is 17, and James McCuffle, I think he's 18, and then the 16-year-old Lewis Cummins and the 16-year-old Troy Neon were unused substitutes. So when I saw that lineup yesterday, I was shocked. Like, I thought there was no way Liverpool were going to win that. The former United defender said, and this is now Gary Neville, said Klopp's kids against the blue billion-pound bottle jobs for Chelsea. I've got no sympathy for them whatsoever. Philip, there's been a lot of criticism of Gary Neville saying this. The Poch hit back at him in the press conference. There's been a lot of people slagging him off. Jamie Carragher has defended his Sky Sports teammate. I've got no problem with what Gary and he said this during extra time. I have no problem with what he said.
No, he said right.
And you don't agree with Gary Neville.
The truth hurts. The truth hurts there because I mean they are bottle jobs. I mean Chelsea spent £1 billion on players and they couldn't beat a crowd of kids. So no sympathy whatsoever. Gary Neville is right. I don't always agree with him, as you know. I just wonder what would have happened if Roy Keane had come out and said that. What the reaction would have been like, because Gary Neville isn't really known for making controversial statements, whereas Roy Keane makes his living out of making stuff like that, you know. So no, he was right. I think Pochettino has got no grounds to have a problem with that statement because the truth hurts.
Yeah, I got no problem with that. And then Chelsea have spent over $1 billion on new signings since Todd Bowley completed his takeover over the club less than 2 years ago, Philip. But they were unable to mark their talent and inexperience count at Wembley. Did Chelsea freeze, do you think, yesterday? What I'd love to know what was said. You said it before we started, Philip, that Chelsea were on top at the end of the game.
Yeah.
What did Poch say to them between the end of the 90 minutes and the start of extra time?
Well, it looks to me as if Poch said, "Listen, lads, take it easy at extra time. Let's go for penalties."
Yeah.
It's as if maybe the legs were gone. They didn't have enough legs in them to go at Liverpool for the 90 minutes. Because the minute extra time started, Liverpool became the dominant force. They were the team on the front foot, and Chelsea were hanging on a bit. Okay, I know Chelsea can near the scoring. With the one that hit the post from Gallagher, I think it was, or Jackson, whoever it was. Anyway, but No, I think it looks to me, whoever made the decision to do what they did, it was the wrong decision, because I think if Chelsea had come out of there, kept up the momentum they had at 90 minutes, they would have won that game, but they didn't, and they lost.
No. Let's go quickly through chat. Philip, Column's gone for Leicester, Blackburn, City. For the FA Cup. Ellie says the back four Liverpool was still intact. The kids who were in the midfield. Then Timashik came on as a Klopp saw that's true. That's true. Yeah. Carl's gone for Leicester, Blackburn, City. Column's going for Wolves, Southampton, Leeds, and Forest. So he's gone for Forest to beat his own team.
Forest to beat United. Oh boy.
Wolves, Liverpool, Chelsea. We've got Ellie saying, I'm with Philip. It ruined my life losing to Coventry. When we all got home, my brothers
sicked up. It's amazing what these things which you remember, Ellie, isn't it? After all those years.
United would beat Forest. LOL, Ellie. Carlson, to be fair, I would love to see Spurs even get to those.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yes,
that's true.
Big up to Chris Welsh as well. Big up, Chris. Big up, lads. Hope you're well. We've got Rakesh. Is that Rakesh?
Rakesh, yeah.
Rakesh. Hi, guys. Big up, Rakesh. How you doing well? Carl Simpson said it's only Chelsea. VAR screw up every decision. Big up to Colin Cross as well. Romero was sent off for the same thing. Yeah. Exactly.
That's my point.
Exactly. That's the point. You can look back to that. We've got Ian saying hi to Rakesh. We've got Chris. Big up Chris as well. Who's that, Philip? Sorry, I can't.
Quansat has been playing well for us this season. There's more experience. Clark, Dan, and McConnell are the inexperienced ones. Yeah.
I love Neville saying it. Was his inner football supporter coming out? He was 100% right. Yeah, absolutely. You can't keep losing to a depleted team. You can't be losing to a depleted team in the cup final. They sat back an extra time.
It is. Yes, it is.
And then Colin Cross said under 21s was great on Saturday. Donnelly and Santiago are too good for that now. It's time to move up.
Donnelly on Saturday, he created the two records created in that match. The fastest hat-trick by Will Lancashire and 4 assists in the same match by Jamie Donnelly. And just when I'm on that, did anyone happen to see the video of Lucas? What's his name?
The Swedish Messi.
Bergvall. What he scored 2 goals for his Norwegian team on Saturday. One of them was Ricky Villa. He beat about 6 players. Then he made a goal with the most sublime flick outside of his foot for his teammate to score. Watch it. This guy is going to be big.
I did see it, Philip.
Did you see it? Oh my God, brilliant, wasn't it?
It was unreal. We really have got the next Messi coming to us. Michael McDonald, the Chelsea manager, was talking to his defenders going into extra time. I was literally just about to mention Bergie.
There's something else. Brilliant bit of play.
Now, to finish off, Philip, with this show, and I've really enjoyed the show, by the way. It is a couple of bit of news. Lily Whites have no plans to quit as I said for 10 years. This is the proud Lily Whites, Tottenham's official LGBTQI+. That's a mouthful. Supporters group have changed lives and the law since their inception a decade ago, Philip. And fair play to them. I think 10 years as an organisation. Congratulations to them. And they do a good job as well, Philip.
Onwards and upwards, yeah, absolutely.
Also, we're going to finish off it. Got a bit of transfer news as well. Second source tips Tottenham to break transfer record and shattered Arsenal dream with sublime winger coup. That is for Wolves ace Pedro Neto. Links continue to grow. Philip, would you be happy to see him come to Tottenham?
Oh, he would. He was brilliant against us a couple of weeks ago. He was nearly as good as Basuma was for Brighton the season before we signed him. Neto will be an unbelievable addition to that forward line. I'll tell you one thing: we buy Neto in this summer, and people will be talking to us as contenders next season.
Yeah, there will be. Now, Premier League news, Philip, and it is Everton. Everton's point. They've won their they haven't already won their appeal.
They've got 4 points back. 4
points back, Philip. This is the updated Premier League, bottom of the Premier League. Everton have gone up to 15th now on 25 points. Brentford on 25, Forest 24, Luton 20, Burnley and Sheffield United 13 each. But Forest are looking to get 10-point deduction as well as Everton again. So, Philip, it isn't all over, is it? This
no. Well, I mean, okay. if you take the Forest get 10 points taken off, that puts them down into relegation. If Everton get another 10, that brings them down just above relegation. So that would leave 3 of those 4 clubs going down. And Luton are the biggest beneficiaries there because they've got a 7-point gap and will continue to have a gap, and have 4 teams below them rather than 2. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough on whoever loses the next number of points. But the only thing is, there still is enough games left to get out of trouble.
Yeah,
there is still enough. But I mean, it's going to be it's going to take a hell of an effort.
It is.
And I still think that the 3 teams that will go down will be Sheffield United, Burnley, and one of Forest and Everton.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it'd be Sheffield United, Burnley. I think Everton will go down. I think they will. I think the 10 points they're going to get, Philip, were too much for them. But look, it's going to go to the final game of the season. But before we end, Philip, we forgot to mention at the start, our official partner of THFC Till I Die is Wraith Energy. So please hit that QR code for 10% off. Use the code THFCTID for all your latest Wraith drinks, merchandise,
including bath water,
which is on it left their company today. I got an email today. It left their company today.
Also, somebody had a bath over the weekend, so they had the new stock in, had they?
Yeah, that new stock in. Yeah. Philip, we've got one more bit of chat, and then we'll just tell people what's coming up this week. Bet they will get 4 points on the next here and so back where they started. Yeah, exactly.
Possibly.
Philip, we've got a lot going up this week. A few watch-alongs. We've got FA Cup watch-alongs this week. We have the football debate on Thursday. Then we've got all the build-up, of course, to the Grand Prix, the Bahrain Grand Prix. So we've got practice sessions, qualifying. Friday's Newsbeat will become qualifying for the Grand Prix. So we're going to change it around for this Friday, and the following Friday as well will be changed around. So any Tottenham stuff, we are going to do it for our members as well. Philip, we're going to do all our build-ups to our members, get them, get that done as a pre-record, put in for you members, and then all your non-members, it will then automatically go out to you after the members see it first. We've got a few watch-alongs. I was going to do a watch-along tonight, but I don't think I am. West Ham? No, I don't think I will. I don't think no. But there will be a watch-along tomorrow night for the FA Cup, and the 3 FA Cup 5th round games, there will be watch-alongs. Now, Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm doing by myself. Thursday, hopefully, Philip might join me for that one. I don't know what we're doing, what games we're doing. We'll let you know. And then we've got the game on Saturday. Now, Saturday's going to be a bit different, isn't it, Philip?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
We've got a slight dilemma, haven't we?
A clash of kickoffs, so to speak.
Just for this week only. The Grand Prix kicks off at 3:00. It's something to do with Ramadan. And the Formula One is off at 3:00 on Saturday. So what we're going to do is Philip's going to cover the Tottenham game. I'm going to cover the Grand Prix. Now I'll be over on THFC F1 we die doing the Grand Prix over there. Philip will be on THFC Till I Die doing the Tottenham game. So we're going to start off together, and then I'm going to bugger off, follow the Formula One, and then we'll come back together at the end of the race or at the end of the match. Or Philip will come over and join me when the football finishes. Or we may do the football, and we may do a report on the Grand Prix. So I don't know what we're doing yet. It all depends if I can get a link for the match. This all depends, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
So is that it, Philip? So we got this week?
Yeah, that's it. Let's see. Are you doing Newsbeat tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm doing Newsbeat tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then
you can send me the link. I'll join in when I'm set up.
Okay. No dilemma, Spurs every time. I know, but I've also got Formula One people that I want to get my Formula One channel up and running, and part of the brand channel, and I want to get that going. So I have to, if I'm going to do the race, I'm going to have to do the watch along as well. Maybe Chris can do the watch along for us on the F1 channel and then we'll join them afterwards. But let's see. Colin Turner, I've been saying for quite a while, I'm concerned that Santiago hasn't had any first team minutes. He's a quality player who will improve with game time. I'm concerned we could see an exodus of talent.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised he hasn't featured too much in the first team now. He looked very good on Saturday there again.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, listen, thank you all for watching. Please hit the like button. Please hit the notification bell. Please hit the like button as well. 13 likes. Come on. That is poor. That is very poor by you guys. I'm really upset over that.
Hit the like button.
But also hit the notification bell as well. Hit the QR code for Wraith Energy if you can as well, guys. Philip, thank you very much. You're off to Dublin tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I will be back here at 4. Come on, you Spurs. In Big Andrew, we trust.